In this video, I'll be discussing the Mexican woman who believes she's European. This girl, in just a matter of days, earned the hatred of thousands of people on the internet for uploading the most classist videos I have ever seen in my entire life. Imagine that I thought all this was a character, and it's not a character, it's her in real life. I'm scared. She made the worst videos mocking poor people, blah blah blah, Susana. And then people discovered her past. Not dark Susana, charcoal colored. In short, don't antagonize an entire nation if you have a past you want to keep hidden, especially when it's already been exposed online. Today, I'll discuss this further. I know that perhaps many people are not familiar with this case because she went very viral on TikTok, but, well, if you watch this video, I would appreciate it very much. This video is going to be very powerful. It really is a topic that interests me because literally all my For You page on TikTok were things about this girl, Susana. It was people talking about this, or it was videos of that woman because I watched it all. I couldn't believe it, that she literally said those things. Really, Susana? And yes, she says them. Really, also don't forget to follow me on my other social networks, especially on Instagram, because on Instagram is where, for example, I tell you, I gave you the choice if you wanted. This video discusses the most viral and expensive Indian wedding on the internet right now, featuring Susana. I'll talk more about this video on Wednesday since many people requested it. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram to participate in these things and see more of my videos. Susana, I send you a little kiss on the Anastasio, and let's start with this video. No. Before we start, hello, good or bad little dogs.
Let's look at this case.
Well, context, she became famous, or more than anything viral, on TikTok for a video where she said that a Mexican raised in Europe is not the same as a Mexican raised in Mexico. I'm Mexican and I don't
feel ashamed to say that a Mexican raised or grown up in Mexico is completely different from a Mexican from Europe.
And obviously they are not going to be the same due to cultural terms.
But everyone knows with what intention she made that video. But, well, yes, this video is just the tip of the iceberg of all the terrible videos that this woman uploads or has uploaded, Susana. I mean, I was literally in shock when I started watching all her videos. I said, it can't be possible that a person is uploading this and wonders why so many people hate her. The youth are very well prepared. Here are some examples, although I won't provide any, as her videos are classist. For instance, she seems bothered that I'm a dark-skinned millionaire. What bothers you is that you're dark-skinned, son of a... Excuse me, she surely said I devoured Susana. I devoured. Imagine saying that you dislike me while I'm on the other side of the world and you're at your work day. Ha 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 ha. You're like 90% of the world's population who have to work to have money. You have to serve the world in general, Susana, working to have money. You must have a well-paying job like a doctor or builder to have money while I am dependent on you. What was that laugh about?
Silence, gay, or else, look, this, as you can see, I tried to put myself in your shoes, but the least I achieved was some Versace.
Shut your mouth!
And walk to the restaurant door like all of you do.
She was heavily criticized for mocking malnutrition, as many children and people worldwide suffer from it due to lacking funds to buy food.
The greatest luxury in the world is being thin by choice, not malnutrition.
Behind every egocentric girl, there are parents who told you all your life they are envious of you parents. You now know what not to say so you don't have children like this, right? To not bring people like this into the world. Please don't be telling your daughter or your son. They are envious of you for everything. Nah, I know many parents who are like this, Susana, and the children literally grow up, I don't know, like I said, with their brains somewhere else of the world when I was in high school. I taught classes with a girl. That girl could make the worst mistake in the world, Susana. Say the most outrageous thing, and her mother would never blame her. She would always say it was because of someone else. I remember that once in class, she made the worst real comment in the world, and when they called her to go to school, she said it happened to her because she started associating with that person. In the end, she never scolded her daughter or blamed her for hanging out with that person, even when her daughter ran away from home to meet with the little boyfriend she had at that time. And the mom didn't like him. The mom blamed the boy for being poor. She went to his house and made a huge scene because, according to her, he was turning her daughter into I don't know what. Susana, I tell you, parents like that only bring people like that into the world. I mean, I'm not even going to talk to people like that. But anyway, let's continue. When you realize that your haters are ugly and poor and all your friends are handsome and rich, I can just imagine her like that, writing that as if she's the baddest. But no, Susana, that's baby stuff. Go crazy. Yeah, what can I tell you? Honestly, and these are just some examples of the outrageous things she would post on the internet. And she still wonders why people hated her, why she was so disliked. According to her, the reason is that Mexicans and people who get angry with her have, first of all, a victim complex. And secondly, they are people who can't understand what she understands because she has traveled a lot around the world, right? There's another video she uploaded where she also referred to this. I'll let the egg tell you about it. I am the egg, and in a video she said, Nasanam, never argue with someone without a passport. They can't even see the world. How do you expect them to understand your perspective? First, have breakfast with coffee and bread, but you choose what to have. And besides, the worst part is that she made up a life. Well, I'm going to tell you what she supposedly said. She said it on a Franco Escamilla show, but also all over the internet. She claimed that, first of all, she was born in Canada. Her mom is Mexican and her dad is from Hungary, right? He's Hungarian. And she then went to live in Hungary. Na, Susana. And she would come to Mexico for vacations every now and then. No. Pretending to be the most Hungarian in the neighborhood, right?
Valentina, where are you originally from? My mom is Mexican, my dad is Hungarian. Were you born in Canada? Yes.
Several of her teachers were from Chimalhuacan, Mexico, including Susana. She was born in Mexico to Mexican parents, not Canada. Her stepfather, who is Hungarian, began dating her mother when she was 10. They were always middle class, never rich. Juana Maria, her little sister, was the one born in Canada. She claims she was born in Canada, which is true. However, she appropriated her sister's information, claiming it as her own without shame. I suspect her mother may be similar to her. That there is also a girl who took classes with her that she told it that her mom is literally worse than her, and the mom was always the one who put those ideas in her head, and I don't know, it would scare me, wouldn't it? But I would be embarrassed to say that I was born in Canada and that my whole family knows that I wasn't born in Canada. Or that many people who took classes with me, well, obviously they know that, no, in general, her former classmates started
to
learn English and...
Well, if in general her former classmates started saying that she was always like this. She always had that arrogant personality. And that she always dreamed of having a life that she didn't have at that time. And she always put on airs, she was always classist, she was a poor classist. You know what? Well, now she's a rich classist. Despite acquiring wealth, she remained classist throughout her life. Susana lost her classism because I tell you, that's the teaching of the parents. That's why it's so important. If you plan to have children, be responsible. Otherwise, you'll raise a misbehaved child. 2.0, even worse than you. And she also said that in the video that went viral, that she was raised in Europe. She was not raised in Europe, Juana Maria. She moved to Europe at 16 years old. And remember that she said you can tell the difference between a Mexican raised in her country and a European Mexican. There, Susana, you were already raised. There, you already grew up as much as you had to. At 16 years old, they're not raising you anymore. You were already raised. You already have your culture, and her acting all high and mighty. Raised in Europe, Susana, when it's not like that at all. What I'm telling you, this isn't even the worst. This isn't even the worst of what they've brought up about her. I'll tell you about that later. She boasted about having a millionaire husband and only associating with wealthy individuals. Here are some examples. You're in a relationship where they give you diamonds at every celebration. I adore Teresa for embracing her true self. I envision that when she or her mother watched the Teresa soap opera, her mother always encouraged her to embody that woman. You are Teresa. Your name is Teresa in real life, not Valentina. Her real name is not Valentina Susana, it's Ariadna Valentina. Yes, her name is Ariadna Valentina, so it is indeed Ariadna. I tell you, it's normal. Not everyone likes their middle name. Or their first name so well, she's stuck with Valentina. But it makes me laugh that when they ask her name, she's like Valentina. Never in life. She in Mexico, I'm sure she pronounced Valentina like this. Susana what? Valentina, as if it were like saying your name that way. I don't judge, because maybe there are people who pronounce their name like that. And to Veronica, who says, my name is Veronica, or Valentina, that... Veronica, who says, my name is Veronica, or Valentina, let it be like, my name is Valentina, my name is... Talia, because in Canada they pronounced my name as Talia. And yes, Susana, can you imagine that I go through life like my name is Talia, not Talia? But Talia... Well, okay, let's continue. Also, about her millionaire husband, she posted, I turn any ugly millionaire into a handsome one because I prefer to be criticized for being interested than for being foolish. In the first place, who would criticize you? Only people like you would criticize me for having a millionaire husband. And honestly, it's great that you have a millionaire husband. And honestly, it's great that she has achieved one of her goals, which is to have a millionaire man who gives her diamonds and supports Juana Maria. But the bad thing is, the way she says it, she also shows off the gifts that he gives her from her husband, Susana. Today, we have gifts. What can I say? How good that you have that life. The bad thing about her is the way she brags about it. That's what people dislike Susana, the way she tells things, the way she brags, and the way she also talks to others. As if others were poor Susana because they have not strived like her in life, Susana. Or that if you have not achieved anything and you throw hate at me, it's because you are a damn poor person who has to work a work day. As if in the first place it was bad to work or have a work day. Literally, those are the most important jobs in the world, Susana, because if there wasn't, I don't know, a builder, if everyone was a boss, where would the constructions be? I don't know. The houses, this and that wouldn't exist. Obviously, the people who have a work day are the most important people, the doctors, the nurses. That's that thing about making fun of people who do work, you know? Is that it? Making fun of people who do work, you know, you are kept, good for you that you are kept. You know, nobody judges you for that, but you also don't make fun of other people for not being so, you know? That's what makes people angry. And well, in the types of videos with the millionaire husband and all that stuff, the only thing it shows is that she only cares about money, not your looks, Susana. As long as you're wealthy, she sees you as the most attractive man. Like William Levy, although he is rich too. She flaunts a luxurious lifestyle while mocking others. That made people hate her more and wanted to verify the things she was already telling. That she was born in Canada, this and that. And what does it matter that people finding out, I don't know how they discovered it, they realized Susana on an adult content page that she was dedicated to making adult content. Miss Jackson, yes, Susana, you know who I mean, right? Being with other people, doing the giggles and laughs, the freaky, nasty Susana, yes, she dedicated herself from the year 2016 to the year 2020, which is quite a lot to make adult content. That obviously I will not talk about the videos or the content of the videos, but the only thing I will say is that she was very young and the people with whom she recorded were very old. That is like what? I mean, it has nothing to do with the person she shows herself to be on social media. Susana with the divine person who lives a great life.
And so I grew up super conservative, Jordi, and you.
I mean, it's not wrong to make adult content. It's your decision, your body, your decision. But then don't also be making fun of poor people when look at what you were doing to not be poor. Friend gay silence. And well, when I started to see all that, I started to feel very sorry. At first, I did watch her video and it made me a little angry. And I'm not Mexican, Susana. And I felt quite bad to say, how? To me, to the people who are Mexican and are watching this, to the people who are Mexican and are watching this kind of videos. But the truth is, I did feel sorry when videos of her started to come to light. Well, in her old job, because she did it quite young, and you say, look, sometimes when you raise a person with their only goal in life of not being poor, of only hanging out with rich people, of always having money, in the end, they will want it at all costs. Susana, look at all the things she does. Today, she goes out with a much older man, with an old man to live the life she lives. I tell you that I'm not saying it's wrong, but if not, look at the limits. You know that sometimes people have to reach for, you know? To have that luxurious dream life and all that, she literally throws shit at people who are what she was at some point, you know? She hates the person she was at some point. That obviously I feel she never admitted, nor admits that she was that person. But she is a Mexican, raised, born in Mexico. Susana, the one who was born in Canada, was her sister. The one who was born in Canada was her sister. The one who was born in a European country was her sister, Susana, not her, you know? Having a Hungarian passport from your Hungarian stepfather doesn't necessarily mean you're Hungarian. I have a Canadian passport. I lived in Canada for more than 10 years, moving there when I was 11. A few months after I arrived, I turned 12. I've lived in Canada for almost 10 years before moving to the United States. Do you think I'm going to go around believing I'm the most Canadian in the neighborhood, Susana? Bragging that I have Canadian citizenship. Do you think I'm going to go around life bragging? Do you think I'm going to go around life bragging, making videos about that? I feel quite sorry for her, especially after everything about her came out. She started defending herself online, initially acting like she didn't care. She uploaded a video acting nonchalant Susana, but then posted a desperate one later. People started making up unrelated things. Everything I'm sharing here, Susana, is based on what I saw online. I'm not making any assertions or verifying information like checking passports. I'm simply relaying what I learned from the internet, you know? Here, I'm not saying that anything I'm saying is 100% real. It's just information that I got from the internet that people told, that people found, or that people who already know started to give. But, well, I tell you, I'm not assuming anything about videos. She said that she never wanted to get into that world of adult content that they forced her, right? That everything was like a trafficking of adults, young girls to make adult content, or of adults, young girls to make adult content. I mean, super murky topics that really, how bad, you know? If all that is true and if she really had to go through that, it's quite sad. I already felt bad for her, for everything that was happening, you know? Because obviously I don't think she's a good person, but neither am I happy about it, you know? About how people go through things like that, because I feel like these are very strong issues, you know? It must be difficult having that brought up from your past. And well, they brought all of that up for her. And yes, then she started crying, saying that she wanted the help of the cybernetic police, that she needed the help of the Mexican hackers, that she was going to contact TikTok in Germany to look for information about these people. No. I know that in Mexico there is someone who is a hacker and has the talent to find
The person hiding behind this screen.
Susana, what can I say? All of this is very intense. And I keep reiterating that she is a person who makes me feel quite sorry, you know? I feel quite sorry that she literally has a big inferiority complex. Despite her efforts to persuade others that she has an inferiority complex, I believe it's because she genuinely despises who she is. She hates the person she used to be so much that she lies about it. Where she was born, who her dad is. She constantly brags about her past, having money, and being better than others because of it. She travels all over the world and looks down on those who don't. The video discusses a person named Susana who is receiving criticism and hate. The speaker advises against throwing more hate at her, as she is already dealing with a lot of negativity. The purpose of the video is to share gossip, but the speaker emphasizes not contributing to the hate Susana is receiving. Even though I don't feel that she's gonna change or become a better person after all this, I feel that she's already received quite a lot on the internet, you know? Like, I feel that she's already received quite a lot of shit on the internet. So if you guys write in the comments what you think about all this, put a little white heart in the comments to know that you got to this point in the video. And when I see your comments, say, you are a true little bitch. Yes, thank you for watching this video. And as I told you, please don't throw shit at her. Kiss on the Anastasio. I love you all very much. Take care of yourselves.